This is the first performance outside the classroom. And I just like to give you a little background on what we do in speech and drama. The class is organized around performances, and this would include the Christmas play and talent show that will be coming up this year. But something new this year is a tournament, which is a speech and drama tournament. And we got kind of hooked on it when we went down to a speech and demonstration day down at Lawton High School. Or it was actually at the Cameron University, put on by the Lawton area. And we saw some different presentations there, and these are state level presentations. So these kids here want to try their hands at it. They think they have what it takes to at least go and compete. And at the tournaments, the students have different categories that they can compete in, and I just wanted to give you a list of those. One is original oratory. It's where they write their own speech and they give it. And then there's a standard oratory where they have to memorize a speech. And then there's prose where they simply read a story. And poetry is reading poetry. And then there's a monologue where they take a dramatic monologue as well as a humorous monologue, and they have 6 minutes to produce both of them. And then there is extemporaneous speaking, which is where you get your topic when you show up there, and you have about 30 minutes to put something together. The ones that we're going to do tonight, though, is the humorous and dramatic interpretation. This is the ones that they found the most interesting at the speech demonstration day. And so we spent weeks going through scripts trying to find just the right one for their personality, the ones that they wanted to do. And that's why they're here tonight. Now, they haven't got the complete thing down yet, and what they did is they've chosen an excerpt from each of their scripts. And so each of them will be giving about a 3 to 3.5 minute presentation of that script. And afterwards, if there's any questions, I'll be glad to answer what I can. I'm very new at this too, so it's new for me as well. But the first participant is Charlotte Vance. She's going to give her a presentation, like I said. And she'll be doing a humorous interpretation. Within her piece, she has an actual introduction of the piece. So I'll just let her take it over from here. Do you want me to look at the script as you go? I am going to set to the side and maybe have to be a prompter, but we'll see. They did really well this morning. I want you to know.
Got a camera in front of them now.
I know.
Okay, class, what Greg just did was a fine example of one of our most important skills. Billy, why don't you give it a try? Nice jobs, Billy. Hands, that leaves you. Hands, you're waiting. Hands, that was awful. Okay, class, you can all leave, except you, Hands. Aw, man. Hello, children. How are my little gargoyles doing today? Hands going trouble, huh? Hands, is this true? Well, yeah, Mom. I just couldn't make an ugly face. The more I grow up, the more I realize how different I am than all you. You are all gray, and I am tan and pink. You all have pointed tongues, and I have a beard. You all have horns on your head, and I have this red pointed hat. Mom, was I adopted? No, dear. I mean, no, dear. Of course not. Besides, we'd love you no matter what. I knew it. I am a dwarf, aren't I? No, Hands. You're a gnome. What? Well, you won't have me to burden you anymore. I'm leaving. I'm finding my true family. Family is one of the most important things a person can have. They are always there to support you. They are always there to care for you. And most importantly, they are always there to push fail. But what defines a family? Is it really genetic, or is it truly love? Nope. Gnome is where the heart is. Wait. Home is where the gnome is. No, wait. Gnome bound, or gnome is where the heart is, by Nate Stand. Where should I start? What's this? I've never seen this before. Authentic American gnome. Made in China. That's where I'm from, China. Now, how am I gonna get on a plane?
That was about a third of what the entire piece is. She's getting it, and as you can see, with a humorous interpretation or dramatic interpretation, you're several characters. So they have to switch from. Some of them have 3 or 4. I think Shiloh, don't you end up doing like 6 different characters? Does that sound right? Yeah. By the time she gets to the end, she's going to be at least 6 different characters. Our next person up is Ashley Stroh. And she's going to do a humorous interpretation as well. Usually a piece has to be under 10 minutes. If you go like just a few seconds over, then they mark you down. So we have to have the timing just right. And we want to have at least a 7 to 10 minute presentation for the judges when we go to these competitions. So Ashley's going to do a piece called, I already forgot what it was. Oh, that's right. She's going to say it. All right. Go ahead.
The Storytellers by Ken Bradbury.
Good morning, boys and girls. This is the day we've all been waiting for. National Reading Day at our schools. Remember that I promised we'd have some very, very special guests here at our school today. Yes, I've invited 3 wonderful people from our community to tell you stories. You see, they will each tell you a fairy tale, and I'd like to introduce them to you right now. First, this is Tyann Matthews, a first grader at our own elementary school. Take it down, Tyann. Them out of your mouth, dear. And this is Bruno Grease-Frag-Eye, the man who changes people's oil there at the truck stop. Bruno?
Yo.
And finally, this is Regina Crinsley, the owner of the British Bed, Breakfast, and Bagels Tea Shop. Miss Crinsley?
Charmed, I'm sure.
So, storytellers, what stories did you prepare to tell us today?
I'm going to do Goldilocks and your 3 bears.
Wonderful!
That's the one I was going to do.
You all plan to tell Goldilocks and the 3 bears?
You missed where Regina says, pardon me, but... Okay, Tyann says, uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yo.
Most assuredly. Dear me, I think we have a problem.
Our plan.
You all plan to tell the same story?
It's simple.
It's simple. You 2 will just have to change stories.
It's the only one I know.
Me too. Oh my, I think we have a problem. Look, I know. Perhaps if each of you could just perform a bit of the story. Could we do that, please?
It's the only one I know.
Me too. Oh, how dreadful. I suppose so. Good. Let's begin. Now pay attention, boys and girls.
You're doing fine.
Now pay attention, boys and girls. Tyann, would you like to begin?
Well, okay. There was like 3 bears, you know, and they were really hairy and stuff. And they had stuff running from their noses, and
Bruno, perhaps you'd like to take over?
where'd you leave off?
Runny noses. Oh, well, these bears was really, really big. But they didn't have good 9-to-5 jobs. They just sort of cruised around the forest, waiting for some chick to... Oh, Regina, perhaps you'd like to continue? I'll try. Let's get right to Goldilocks, shall we? The girl was rather lower class, but had aspirations to make something of herself in society. So she finished charm school and went on a walk in the woods. She wore a smart 3-piece tailored suit by Armani, and Tyann! What's wrong? Nothing. I just thought Tyann would be done talking about nasal congestion. Tyann?
All right, our last two people are Emma Reed and Victoria Mullins. They're going to do a duet. Now this is it's an interpretation, but they're playing one character, so they won't have multiple characters. And this particular piece is called, help me out, girls.
Fire me up, Mama.
There it is, Fire Me Up, Mama. All right. Go ahead.
What? I can't smile that long, Mama. It makes my face hurt. Nonsense! Are you wearing your Vaseline? You made me put Vaseline on my teeth so my lips don't stick to my molars. But my jaw still hurt. You ever smile for 2 solid hours? Honey, I do smile for 2 hours when my little darling is on stage. Well, try it while you're twirling fire batons, Mama. It's not fun anymore. It's just no fun. I remember the day you were born, darling. You were the prettiest baby in the hospital nursery. I was the only baby in the hospital nursery. The doctor said, "Oh, what a beautiful baby." He said that about every baby. Your daddy thought you were adorable. You told him over the phone. He couldn't even see me. Just one more, Mama, okay? We can cancel all the rest of the pageants. I just want to be a normal girl again. Normal? You want to be normal? Who wants to be normal when you can be, well, spectacular, extraordinary? Me? Let me try normal for just a week or two, and if I don't like it, I can go back to spectacular, okay? We can talk about this later. They're starting the opening music. Now remember, when they line up the girls, make sure you're on the front row. Mama! Front row, child. We line up alphabetically. I know. I changed your last name to Abernathy for this pageant. Abernathy? Angela Abernathy. I didn't want to take any chances with your first name in case there was a real Abernathy in the contest. Angela Abernathy? That's ridiculous! And tonight, you're from Alabama. I'm not taking any chances. Where in Alabama? Altoona. Mama! Now hold still while I get your tiara straight. And remember, when they announce your talent division, run over to the side of the stage and I'll be there with my charcoal lighter to fire up your tiara. Mama, please!
And smile.
And smile, honey. Last week you frowned like you were in pain. I was in pain. I dropped hot kerosene on my toe. I swear, you complain about the tiniest things. Flaming tap shoes are not tiny, Mama. I stopped for 5 minutes trying to put them out. And the judges gave you 3rd place in the talent division. They said it was the fastest tapping they'd seen all night. Honey, I'm just doing this to make you happy. Look at this face, Mama. Does this look happy to you? These are not happy wrinkles. These are tired wrinkles. These are fed up with the whole thing wrinkles. You're right. You need more makeup. Mama! Honey, ever since you were a little girl, I wanted you to be better and more spectacular than all the other little girls. I wanted my little princess to become a queen. Mama, I know you love me. You really do. And I know you just want me to be happy. And I promise to go out there and do my best tonight if you'll just say that this will be the last one. But, honey... Mama! Yes? Promise me. I'll promise. Are your fingers crossed behind your back? Yes. Mama.